The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, y'all already know the respect and admiration I have for Charlamagne the God. He's literally somebody I've watched his blueprint. I've met him on an occasion or two, and I've watched his blueprint from afar. I just kind of followed him on his platforms, got his book, and I just respect how he's done it. And I'm coming, all right? And I think he could be somebody very influential in my career as I come up. I got a lot of respect for Charlamagne. But I got to call a spade. Y'all deserve complete honesty from me. Please subscribe to my channel for more exclusive conversations like this. 100K grind, we almost there. Mase. Mase has been doing interviews. He did the interview with Hot 97 over the phone last week. He did the interview with Angie Martinez, the sit-down interview. By the way, we got to give Angie Martinez some love for the troll outfit of Mase. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was kind of uncomfortable for me to watch that interview with Mase because that nigga looked too damn comfortable for me. All right, that nigga looked so damn comfortable in the interview with Angie Martinez, and I salute to Angie Martinez for having some fun with it and wearing her Mase fit. Yo, everybody tell me about Mase fits be crazy. That one it just looked cool. Like Mase just looked cool, so cool I was uncomfortable how cool he looked. Anyways, Mase, Camron, we understand the beef, the New York old Harlem beef. Y'all already know what's going on here. Camron's been talking about Mase, what, 15 years now? Mase is like, yo, I've pretty much ignored it. I've went away. I've done the preacher thing. I've got to know myself as a person. I never really responded to Mase, but I'm tired of it. Camron dropped a project a couple weeks ago. He brought up a story that involved Mase. Mase was like, that's it. I'm dropping the Oracle. Everybody's been talking about that diss record. Now Camron and Mase going back and forth, both doing interviews. Camron did one with the Breakfast Club. He's on tour right now. Mase has done, again, Ebro in the morning by phone, Angie Martinez in person. Now, mind you, Mase doesn't live in this world of the internet. And I think that's very valuable information. He doesn't live in this world. So a lot of things that you think are just kind of common. Put it like this. I bet he has never watched the Birdman interview with Breakfast Club. And I bet for a fact, some people just don't live in this world. I bet if you ask Lil Wayne, put some respect on my name, you ain't gonna put no respect on me, he'd be like, what are you talking about? I bet he's never watched the Birdman and Breakfast Club interview. That's how far away I believe guys like Lil Wayne and Mase are from the culture. So when we're talking Mase, I want to make it clear, he doesn't live in this world. So he claims that there are guys in the media that have an agenda, and the guy that he's claiming is one of those guys leading that charge is Charlamagne. Now, I believe a few years ago at the Revolt Music Conference, Charlamagne and Mase got into it. You hear Mase talk about, you hear Charlamagne talk about this on the Breakfast Club from time to time, how Mase kind of stepped to him. I don't think anything got physical, but Mase stepped to him about how he has this agenda and he's leading this agenda on radio and then trying to like pick sides with Camron. Now, initially, I was like, yo, Mase is crazy. Like, this dude is just away from the culture. And when I watch interviews with Mase, I be thinking to myself, like, he really thinks he's the best rapper out right now. Like, yo, it's not 15 years ago. And I'm not saying he was the best then, but he had a right to if he had a hit record on the radio. He ain't had a hit in years, right? But then I listened to the interviews and I listened to what Mase is saying. Yo, Mase is like, yo, there are personalities that are so tied to Dipset, that are so tied to Cam, so tied to Jim, that they're not being honest and they're being biased. Now, to be fair to every personality, if you had to pick a side, like 8 years ago, what side would you pick? You see Dipset, they're out and about, you see them around, or Mase, somebody who's like he wasn't even in rap like that. Like, he had just stepped away from it. I get it. Like, you know what I mean? These radio stations, they need content, they need interviews. One would assume if you're not going to remain unbiased, which is what I want people to remain unbiased. One would assume if you're going to make that decision, it's a good decision to pick Camron/Dipset over Mase. All right, that's what a lot of personalities did. And when I listen to Mase talking these interviews, and the more I'm listening, I'm like, yo, he might have a point. Again, I got nothing but love and respect for Charlamagne. But after this Jim Jones interview today, I even had to come on here and talk about it. Yo, it is clear as day that there is bias from Charlamagne, and I hold Charlamagne to a standard because it's only so many personalities like us that'll keep it real. Me on a much smaller scale, but I'm growing. But it's only so many personalities that keep it real. Charlamagne has been one of those guys to keep to a degree, keep rappers on their toes. A lot of rappers won't go up to the Breakfast Club because they're scared to get asked those hard-hitting questions. You talk all that good game in your records. Well, shoot, you can't do an interview. You can't look a man in his eye and stand on what you said. That's corny to me. Charlamagne has been the guy for the last pretty much decade in hip-hop. He'll call you out on it. He's been the guy. And if we losing that for certain things, it's like, yo, we got to start. Yo, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I get it. You and Cam, I heard y'all work out at the same gym. Like, yo, I get it. You've made your career on honesty, though. Come on now, Charlamagne. Charlamagne definitely looks biased in these interviews with Dipset. It is clear as day that I don't know what it is. Maybe, again, if somebody steps to me, you ain't finna tell me to be equal with them if somebody had beef with me. I get it. But I would like for Charlamagne to come out and say that, because it is clear as day there is something against Mase. I'm not gonna call it an agenda. I think that's crazy. I don't think that brother's going to sleep at night thinking about a rapper that ain't even relevant right now, saying, how am I gonna get him out of here? But when Mase's name does come up in conversation, it is clear as day that Charlamagne ain't being 50-50 and giving him a fair shot. Now, Mase, you could kind of help your cause by just coming up there and doing an interview. You're doing interviews right now. You're in the city. Why not? I'm just saying, I don't want to take up for Mase here. Y'all know I'm a Charlamagne guy. Like, for instance, this ain't good business to come on here and go against somebody that I could, one day down the line work with, right? But I gotta keep it honest. Yo, this ain't balanced. And then Charlamagne even went on the Joe Budden podcast yesterday, and he said, because Rory asked him straight up, he's like, yo, you're not keeping it unbiased with this Mase and Camron situation. And Charlamagne was like, it's Cam. Yeah, you're right, it's Cam. And I was like, yo, I don't get that. I don't think we should just leave it at, yo, you got the right to be unbiased because it's Cam. No, like, I looked at a guy who asked some hard-hitting questions to Jay. Like, if they did the interview with Hov again, right? I trust that Charlamagne's gonna ask him about something with the cheating and growth and everything like that. That's why I don't think Jay coming up there. Kev's gonna do interviews next week. He ain't leaving the Breakfast Club without them asking about that cheating. You know it's coming. I just don't like, and it's not coming from Envy or Angela Yee. That bias is coming from Charlamagne, man. It's clear. He leads those interviews and those conversations for the most part, and I don't understand that one. I don't get that one at all. Talk to me in the comment box below. And by the way, from the outside looking in, this is just my opinion. If you didn't know any better, you would think Camron put out the hot diss record, not Mase. I'm not saying that Mase laid fact in the records. I don't know. I wasn't there for any of what's going on with them. And I don't know how deep it is under the, underground. I don't know how deep it is in the streets. But if we're just talking music, which is my job as a personality to talk music, Mase put out a fire diss record. And the Camron response, to me, I don't know, all these people saying that Camron response was close to it. I don't know what the heck y'all listening to. The Camron diss record back to Mase that I heard was not up to par. It was distorted. He did it on the road, I heard. That wasn't it. Mase put out a hard diss record with bars. Again, I don't know if the bars were truthful, but it was bars nevertheless. Mr. Taliaferro TV, thank y'all for the time. Let's support. I don't take it for granted. Yo, man, we gotta call a spade a spade. Charlamagne is being very biased. And Mase is claiming, he said it in the Angie Martinez interview, that there's an agenda from personalities like him to pick a side in the Dipset Mase beef. Do you see it? Talk to me. Subscribe to my channel. 100K gang, we on the way. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.